side by side down the stone staircase to the shore. "Look, my champion, the ocean has all but deserted us. How kind it is to relinquish its spoils." Ahead was an endless plain of silver-wet sand, disappearing towards a dreamy mystery of horizon. In no time, he found a cluster of shells, crouched down, took a knife from his pocket and prized one apart from the rest. He tested its weight, examined it from all sides, his face folding this way and that. "Perhaps too timid for us, or we too rough for it." He held it out for me. I didn't care for oysters then, any more than I do today. Their saline stench has always stuck in my nostrils. But out of courtesy I passed my snout around its form, making him chuckle again. "I agree wholeheartedly. A slip of a thing it is. We'll return it to its family and wish it good luck. Onwards, let us search for the bolder, brinier ones, the ones I truly love." We ventured further from the shore. The sand became stonier, colder and wetter underfoot, like unset cement. And the weather altered too. A chillier breeze crept in from the north. It seemed to wash away the colour from the sun, and from the sky too, turning it as hoary as the silt flats, making everything dimensionless. It was as if we were in one of those opera sets I would see later in my life. Dramatic shrinking perspectives, alternate worlds in a box, two characters wandering a boundless landscape. By the time my master had discovered the larger oysters, started cutting them from their beds and putting them into his bucket, my mood had turned again. I looked back at the palace. It had a grim, inert air. Except for our quarters close to the kitchens, the windows were all dark. Most of the royal party had gone for the winter. Although my master had kept me largely apart from them when they were here, as I was still puppyish on my feet, I had none the less relished the sense of a pageant unfolding in the main part of the building, of cooking, children playing, a thrill of stewards and chamberlains, lutes and harpsichords, and peals of laughter. Now, other than the old queen, for whom my master had stayed to attend to, in case she grew sick, only the dourest of staff remained. Unsociable guards, washerwomen forever veiled behind wind-flapped cloths, and night wardens with heavy sets of keys. I turned back to my master, hoping he would have finished by now, but found him standing bolt upright, arms out, with the bucket dropped on its side. "Shh!" he went as I padded towards him, his tone so sharp that my ears folded back, and I wondered if I'd done something wrong. But his eyes were fixed on an islet of crooked rock some distance ahead. Usually it dwelt beneath the sea, but the low water had exposed it to its foundations. As a breeze sighed across the plain, one side of it stretched into a crescent before returning to its crooked form. I was startled and looked up at my master, but he offered no explanation or reassurance. His eyes remained riveted. The wind whistled and charmed up ghoulish spectres of sand, sending them rolling past us. Once more the side of the rock heaved, but this time I realized that it was a shape behind it that moved. The sail of a boat. "Who is it? Who goes there?" My master's voice was stern, and I barked. He took my head firmly in his hands. "Not a sound out of you, you hear? Not a sound." He continued forward, cautiously approaching until we had a view of the wreck. A small craft beached on its side, a navy sail strung between spar and stern, the underbelly holed and gaping open. There was a third, weightier blast of air, and this time it carried a smell with it, an acrid ammonia stench that stung my nostrils. A pair of crates lay upturned in the sand, one intact, the other cracked in pieces, a rainbow mess of glass files spilling from its interior. My master righted the undamaged box, wiped the mud from the escutcheon on the front, and jolted in surprise. "From Opelheim." He turned to me, a peculiar slant in his eye. "From Opelheim he comes." I would hear the name spoken often.